the Ashanti Regional Communication Officer for the NDC. Abbas, akwa babiu.
Major so.
Asante Mantembo kwa die.
Oh. Niamanye, niamanye because.
I want Asante Mantem.
Mena me catch.
Kumase ahinkro.
Yeah, one say Asante Mantem ana ahinkro ni Kumase no.
Yes.
Krono dwadie ene edi gina ye. And it's all mine si kasem to apia. One year etene kese pa eya Asante Mantem. Cause we have baby a dollar ye drew ya 2016 ye ne ye Papa John Mahama tie. Ope $10,000 who Moro market now ope $10,000 they are quite crank mpaboa. Na ye 38,000 not just a 380 million. Na Dr. Baumia say eniyama say ntiemfa economy share inside the share inside ne ope the same $10,000 no I just say 1.6 billion, about 4 times what you needed under President Mahama. And my kokra fish ewa safu coastal muho eye mazi for nomne a doom just say bibia to ape one say Kumase so no apart from dollars na dia ba ko Kumase for the pa eye safer. On a lot of traders ewo Kumase a omoje omo supply from Togo. We are me ko Togo. 2016 yana Papa John Mahama tie wo pe 1 million safer e dia kofa niama wo Togo na ye 6,000 and ne Dr. Baumia be kasa bebredwa na numu aye ye dia ade ne share ne nsa no ne 1 million safer no ano uhia 26,000 ye 260 million ti o man no de agent serpe o man no asai na awrehosam ewom ne se won wo se exchange rate no ekọ from sa e ka bibia wo krom ha wo because me ko fa niam ba na exchange rate akosra me so wa wo beto ade no metum what you say na ze me ko to banche me ko to kube ade ne boa ye den kube was 10 cedis ade I was say exchange rate na me say na kube nso de fa exchange rate mo be na kube wura no emom educate me ye kwan a exchange rate me ka kube o se Ghana ye petrol ye kofa de ba no ye de dollar ne kofa de ye de eba enti no se exchange rate no kofo mo a na ama ye petrol bo ye den a ono so kube no wakote ne wakurase a efo na emom esan se ka sika bo ye de din enti o de ba kuro mo a e wo so ye de otum bata rehemu a ye wo nanado ne Dr. Baumia o man no a o mo ase no omonte kra so dogo bi ye dey enu abe esu omanfo su obi antehwe na Dr. Baumia ohu wa fa ye say ase ya adwene wo form because nsem wa Dr. Baumia e kan ni wo krom ha no senior ensem de wan sem na Dr. Baumia lectures upon lectures who do lecture on restoring the value of the city so kai 25th March 2014 or yes I lecture no echere kwan ya wo ba wo fa so a cedi no begina sa abrane na cedi ni 2 cedis 80 pesos o enne wo aba head of economic management team o de ade na kodru 16 cedis o meka bibia nkire ya o mepa ye chew se wo sa wo ye book mu economics na adwuma no ntimi nye wantimi anye na Ghana fo hu mobo wo sa nam na wo hye bogum ase wa fa Ghana fo hu
on the issues that we raised here, Dr. Baumia said the current economic difficulties, and peculiar to Ghana, global.
One who say
global.
What was that? You say
Abbas.
You say Nipa. Wonu Nsem and ye dibe boo for. And this time na Ebola no ne ye cocoa prices ne. Gold no na ye the major foreign exchange earners Ghana ne bo call from one e ka say cedi no a depreciate no global so to the Dr. Baumia kan or say how can global events keep Cote d'Ivoire, how can global events keep Burkina and come and affect only Ghana? Internet has no Dr. Baumia kan no an ye di ene den na Cote d'Ivoire near man say it say the say Ghana uko Burkina inflation you 2%. Oko Cote d'Ivoire inflation is single digit. Enti dia intina the eniema esi na ye global a anka Cote d'Ivoire anka Burkina ne ku krasi wa terrorists agye o mine for afano anka omo na Ghana and ebeka yen enye global factors bia eye Dr. Baumi economy a ye de share nsa wantimi anya dey anhwe so na inflation go as high as 54% and then 27%, food 23%, food inflation is over 30%. Now Dr. Baumi also nam say yen to abama wahu na me na sometimes me ya say Dr. Baumia on namo okaso ye kremoni because send you see gu yen kremofo ani ma say no hwe menua in one breath no ade bia akọ boni bia no ye busa Dr. Baumia o say enye ono ano ye mate ono abo meboa senior economic indicators akọ boni nyina no ye ko blemu Dr. Baumia say wona akọ kasa me beto abama na nado a o say me emblemu no because oye mate oni tumi bia otumi de yede eye hwe ba okọ tachiman a abaya bi ko busa no health youth national service allow nurse training allowance ayentua no o ka say onu be direct finance minister amanetua ampani ampa wetimi direct finance minister amanetua me pato mate otimi direct finance minister amanetua eska otimi direct finance minister amanetua eska enre ya health insurance for so omo bedi omo 20th anniversary into omo asika kakra kra na omo as part of their corporate social responsibility no omo de kakra be boy nuanom a enya kidney problem one say Dr. Baumi adimrika akọje fans say na ade papa bia ekoso wa ban we mu bia no Dr. Baumi say ye ono a
but national health insurance for say omo chesika is it not can the vice president say that aban no and take it
that aban no so ono na aye enti say Dr. Baumi the papa wa aban
Dr. Baumi say no tua 20 million
oso ono na amasa ade no nka so ono na etua wo oso ono na nisu ade hunu no amasa ade na ba so ono de ko ono sa abo no ne ko announce ye enti the American say Dr. Baumi atimi beje fans de a ewo eniema office aban we aye ne yie ho de a eniema aban we nye ne yie ne nso no ye de ho ntansa bo no ye dey enye yie wonye ntum se one na nado na aka omotama bom ase wo man no na nipa mienu koye nkwan na nye da ba ko ntimi meyi ne ho mfiri mu mfa nkwohye ba ko Ghana no asey exchange rate and dum so enra obi a Ashanti region dum so wo ho a mese me dwane abankran e bia nkran pumpuni mantem e capital de na dum so ni ho menua enra the whole night me da dum so mo na me say ye awrade ma dwane nkran ne akoto jam ba ye wo education minister and there is more ye wo energy minister he is more interested in running mate or ped than so be solve dum so. These are the records of the MPP. Now, me dear said Dr. Baumi also you mate to cry. I come and not say me wrap up. Drive any mate and a kaboom in your says at the comaka ura. In this all the car ma drive any mate no mo kaboom now mo do say sir. Oh, je can free drive and in someone want me from mate no. In Ghana you need that's why you want in ne. A few about to him say you bet to aba ama aye bida. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na ahuhiehia empochre ene ekomwa ni bere ananado ne Dr. Baumi ade yakotum no obeba beji o man no afiri oseye kwan mu ede akosi eye yedie kwan mu a Ghana ni bia nso betumi afa no ntuma pefra
Abbas Nuruddin of the NDC na ete ne kano ma Paul Griff Boache Dankwa or a government spokesperson on governance and security me manakwaba Paul Griff
CJ
bibi aboko de
nyame adom and the studio hano my code pa
osa e bia baby amutini ntia because
and it's directly on me it's not healthy for me it's either a reposition and as bedum because it's cold
don't worry we'll take don't worry
I can be able to deliver my point well I don't want to be intimidated by their condition I want so aba in so to about CJ ma minchia na minchia menua ofi NDC anopay CJ indam yenu kakra ewo yanim Ghana yakudua India again the Ghana Green Day na minchia the Honorable Samuel Apo the project or diaba over the past 4 years etumi aboa ye pa over 40 million trees are you to sustainability over the period no Omo ehun say over 30 million of those trees viable and sustainable it is your contributions with afforestation climate issues carbon emissions sika yepe efi your tree planting ho be for so man na what tree so only your charge for a penny launch one student one tree policy also it say and also no be boy yepa ntinyame Adom Friday Mpensenpensenmu and Adom Ekufuado June 7th obedua the first tree Nicholson Park Bema Camp, and then the rest of the Ghanaian people also obedua trees inti me for akwenya we so enkanche Ghana fonya say in all offices of the Forestry Commission maimu obetumi akọ na akọ fa tree episode dua say ye coconut say ye mango say ya be bibia episode dua bia obetumi akọ fa na we make sure say bibia okay. CJ anope so say there are a number of issues ye do hunkomo. One of them Electoral Commission.
Yeah.
The Electoral Commission, me so say ho na namo he.
Oh no, I mean obai na mana kwaba no introduction.
Oh, introduction na ne bebre na. Okay.
So ono fi akwonto, ono fi kuma sa bank.
Oh, any akwaba. Akwaba moyade. You know, okay, CJ, into the little bit I heard from him. I think say he spoke a little bit about the elections, okay? I feel there are about 64 countries I bet to about. It be to be that India for about the 600 million plus of electorates I bet to about, because our own population only about 1 billion people. Now elections now I think say every electoral process electoral commission must continue to uphold a very high level of integrity and some high level of hope and aspirations, because election here Ghana and both political parties. I've also stated say football match there are always two teams that play, but there's only one that wins. Even if a co penalty cry, it's always one that wins. I don't think say Obia or call election Nibia and have intention so we need the election. Everybody wants to win the election. It's a battle of ideas. It's a battle of policies. It's a battle of personalities. There are times, obviously, and you'll be on a bit my MPP, and then we'll be on a bit my NDC, and you'll be on a bit my CPP. So the country is shared across various places, but there's a neutral ground to be. Some people always want to look at the ideas, the policies, the driven nature of the world. Baby, we are seko, nani pane make a decision. I'm glad, say, the Electoral Commission has reversed their statement on, say, the political parties cannot observe. Yes, the various transfer of votes. Bibia bebua bia may make sure, say, the electoral process, voters register is credible, is integral, and is verifiable enough. We need to be able to do that. And who here say yebe create avenue the suspicions as though someone is manipulating, because no one is, and no one has an intention to manipulate a process like that. For me and for the government of President Adom Ekufuado, we want to see to it that the 2024 general election is free, fair, and then transparent enough. Ghana for Quenya for Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to become the next president of Ghana. We can see that election has been won free, and is the decision of the Ghanaian people. I don't want to go into much politics this morning, but I'll stick to this issue, and also to commend the National Health Insurance Scheme. Says a kidney for in Colombia under 18 and no above 60 years old. Ghana Dachinti. We've made sure say kidney dialysis now is free for you, clearly. Because the cost of it is very high, because you drink Ghana Dutch. And I think we must greatly commend the CEO, Da Costa, with Nijuma Power, and even commend the Minister for Health, the Honorable Dr. Okoboy, with those excellent ways. Government is working. I think day in, day out, CJ, that's what we need. We need to see that government is working. And this is a working government.
Adom 106.3 FM. Father's Day. Eba. Na Woodin. Ena Emma Osa Kwenye. Usa Papa Noa. Opesa was surprising no Woodin Emma Osa Kwenye and Woodin wa fabrics na fe shirts. Achede ahodo bebre wo hono ma obetimi ede ache ya wom say yeah wa no unim so enti shenen so celebrate Father's Day with Woodin and double your joy with the exclusive buy one gift one deal. Yeah, Woodin shirts, t-shirts, polo shirt made from exclusive fabric designs. They are just a perfect way to show your appreciation. And to Sanya maybe in fact a limited edition outfit and get a special gift in addition. And to make na furniture nearest wooden store nationwide and take advantage of this limited time offer. And to Shannon Susam Kakra Ewo one cry wooden stores Ewo Accra Mall, ANC Mall, Junction Mall, Osu Oxford Street, Legon City Mall, H&M Mall, Adenta Ubenyabi. Make this Father's Day unforgettable with Woodin. Woodin, le créateur. Abbas. My main Sam Brown hope you na fi I think about this Sunday no na easy day release a buy say voter transfer exercise no course no enya de obema political parties no a monitor anama omde omani edi akire esa basabasa ya esi kwasiada no anapa edwada na edwutri mu komo enu akra so esa but enra electoral commission dey abetu dwa say afi we make U10 and then decision no omde buy no his excellency the former president took to his Facebook page and make kind poster his excellency the former president edit to yina say MPP and electoral commission akomtra bu mo mpese afia boto no womo ewiem but I think that the U10 that the EC has made should be a welcoming news for the NDC. Abbas
meda was menhana on say ye maame je mensa ne boss man asare ene Srebu Okweku ne Mr. Teta na omona ehwe electoral commission so no yamo hunu se ewiase se ye boldin hemra enye ne boldin tumra gunso a enye na moba ebe da commission na no em so omudwuma di omuye bia no ase ya koye sa ase omuwo trimupo bi omone nkofo bi aye kasasie bi epese omoye frakadam ede ema omo now we Ghana ya electoral commissioner is a creature of the constitution. The functions of the electoral commission is stated in article 44 and 45 of the 1992 constitution. One of the cardinal functions is say electoral commission no ebe ye free, fair, credible and transparent elections meboa. Not as a electoral commission, the Juma Diabia or Yibia in an election, no. I was so merry, boom. I was so mobile, Huni or day, warrior. And the dear acquires as a electoral commission way be or Yabiano or per se or then to Makri who can go so as a sumasi dread ye no Yako Dawson. Now, Yan NDC a manu kuna ya wo hosano, Sabia son Sabia Nyado. Asumdwe ne apewu na nyese sabia son sabia nyado obi betime de ese kan aye dai adwananka wo maami we ya wo baaye mo baaye wo hwese ne afarijan sirura ne yisi na wo hwese ne Charlotte say sirura ne yisi na wo hwese ne Jane Mensa ne Bossman asare rura ne yisi no a ene ye yisi no ase Ghana yisi ana ye one time very credible election management body no and now say in any monyambio because besin na me na wo kasai 2020 results ba kwa wo be declare ma me Jemensa wo ye mistake ahodo mako 7 and na ye nim results kra wo declare Kufuado president 1+1 kra wo ntimi nkeka mom eno nkoda yemfa ne say no de na afei no abanti no ye de chel na nse ya ye say twire din a figures wo keka bomu a 19,000 kra no akoye ne 25,000 ye koka wo say why mistake enya mistake na wo ye na wo create room bi a wo ye na wo di vote ni bi akogum ama MPP for ba ye kam what say na wa de bi a wo ye bia no ye de ye ni da ho na se wa nya ya tete no a ye nso ye nja wo hwani ma me Mpensenpensenmu wo no boss man asare no nkofo se wa nya ya tete no a ye nso ye nya wo hwani edi enti na ye beto aba ye be transfer CJ transfer ye be ye no ye nyina ye ko IPAC ene ye gitu mu se ye be makwan ama parties na ye de edi agents akwa ye de akomonitor afei ye nim de si ye na yisi ni mu ba kwa ba bonten abeka se omo an ka o masemba omo sa aboa ntia police fo mpamo agents nyina mfiri ho na wo hwe reasons no omo de ba na no kra na ma omo ho ye sere mo no because one wo say entokwa esi wo polling station ba ko pe bi o ye yes our transfer process in more than 200 registration centers na asem si wo ba bi ba ko pa yetimi gina sa asem ba ko pa ne so de fra omo aka nyina na yetimi gina enkate proye ba ko pe e de ho ntansa kobo enkate duasa what is asem mpanyin se mi bi da sa asem wasi baby ba akopɛ nti anu nti wusi mo bia omo nko ye omo process kama wusi mo bia anya dai e mo bia anko adentina e wo say mutimi take it. Why did you not even convene an emergency IPAC meeting to take that decision? Oh yes, I did without reference even to the political party. Na sa asem no amo kan yetimi gina ade ba akoso ema ye de ho ntansa boni pa nyina ade a ene na electoral commission na wo ho no kura wasi eguno because okay joso by election ya che electoral commission officer bia no woje bribe e wo MPP MP ho enti anka say yisi officer ba ko pe bi akoje bribe enti anu nti no enne yisi na wasi eguni nya that is the ade no aye ma me Mpensenpensenmu ye no ade a e kire no what you say nipa ba ko ayade now the one tansa ayede akobo ni nyina
no but I don't think things original the man no just so
yes, me bad the second reason I'm me kire ne enti a eye ade no omo ye ne asem omo de ba no entosum one
yeah
entosum yenu omo se ade enti a omo se omo mpese political parties no be kwa monitor for security reasons, me boy, and to see you know.
Yes.
But there is the EC in charge of security. Security, you see a Juma, right? Ya mami Mpensenpensenmu who say, some cancer na dia bia wo ye bia no, ye need ye chire. Okay, 2020 I koto aba. You ku NDC for nwotwe no. Ya mami Mpensenpensenmu ye press conference na journalist bibusa na say. Election awo ye ononko abe supervise ye no ye kunipa nwotwe na onyi ni sa affected the credibility of elections na also ono security nya na adwuma tie ne pa wo Mpensenpensenmu de kasa yo also ono no de ade ebesi wo polling station fa election won na ye na adwuma security de as amanfo be twetwa mo wo akire ko mo kra eno de ya posifo adwuma enti ade san da be ya nkwanta ira yen a enne de nipa ekun wo registration center eno ebe ye Mpensenpensenmu asudie na police fo aka atra ne say entokwa isi wo registration center no omuntimi contain ana has the police told him that ase ye maami Mpensenpensenmu ade a wo ye na ase wabo obi ano ho ba se wo be ye boni bi ama no na wo to ada ho na hunu ne wo ye na wo fa we na wo de akopem na wo de ne ma pempem adum ni adan no ye ka atra ne say sa ne ma boni no a wo ye no 2020 no sa loto number no 2024 emobio sani NDC ne Ghana for awia ta so say MPP for no anim so ma luso aba ko kan mo so yisi ye de obe declare ma ye MPP last hope ye Mpensenpensenmu na sa pa rem for no a wakogye no o pa won fa MPP for sika nkomo mo ana so on kan kire mo so ntimi nye cause o disa ade no ho agora e de asem bebre na beba minua tie transfer ye transfer no mrada ho minua tie ne ye CJ unim say transfer no mrada ho
yeah
yes on tina baabi bosumi dumienu a untimi be ye transfer ma ho meboa And the only way you bet me I ensure say adie we ye adwuma say political party agents be dey ebe wo ho anase nipa be wo no obi ba no okase wote ha ye benya obi obe kire sa ampa nipa we ye ne na ye dey etie because what na ba bi 1 year eye dani a nipa bi be hu wadi fremu ni ufi ba mu mebo a and the yisifo no mo ye transfer no they have no means of determining the 12 months residency requirement no. Now we see nipa omo betimi ame yade mra na ye adwuma no mo nko ho a edi enti na yisi wadwuma no pese bi ode na adai NDC ni agent NDC for any MPP agent betena ho a edi yisi na aduane ana ya limited registration a NDC ni MPP for agents ba ye no electoral commission ni wu ya na enti na transfer wo so wompene edi enti ana me ade am ya me na kakra ye MPP posturing when it comes to anything electoral commission.
And before heading. As
a brebia, yisi be ya dia ye kano. The first people on mube huri abe defende yisi no a MPP.
But the General Secretary of the MPP, Enra, ewo ekusi saying was empire at the Kokobama yisi ni say more nya diebia to favor amo MPP for another NDC for.
Ye krokro de John na wo unhu bi da say wa hye uba amu akwache obi akokọ abafie na nipa yakọ wia na akokọ ne ba no aka kire wa che uba no twa ne to enzo akokọ no wa na ode ye nkwan akokọ no kra na that is eye krokro de Jones and trekese no hwe macmanu e kasa wo multimedia ha ya top story say yisi si wo mo obi ama o mo de o magye atom wo dimirika o macmanu dimirika sa han yisi si wo mo obi ama o magye atom no ofi se ye nkwala because NDC for ankono a MPP for ya kasa NDC ama NDC nko na MPP nko a unim say MPP omo agent wo ho unim say MPP wo agent wo electoral commission nim Dr. Apia hene no ano ya MPP communicator o kasa wo tunyan no ono wo ho no wo ya MPP agent no ti wo Bossman Asaria no ya MPP test compatron ewo University of Ghana Legon no wo ya MPP agent no ti wo adwuma wo ye nyina wo ya de bo MPP. What you say, Mpensenpensenmu ya appointed no na amanfo kasa ni kunu kra ya MPP panyini ni kunu ne ba bonten be kasa Mpensenpensenmu ya MPP ni entide no omu nyina Mpensenpensenmu nyina no they are secret agent of the MPP. What you say, entide MPP for free say omo be to board omo nsa hie asi omo chi na ndisi atena ho ayenhwe ha say I mean this for nko men MPP for nko meanwhile Mpensenpensenmu Bossman Asare ne Dr. Apia hene no omo ya momo MPP agent omo ya na mu fi say ya come amatie say yisi
MPP for said they are law abiding political party
enya mra bia na yediso enya mra bia na yediso what you say yisi no ono aso unu ja akone so and the international community ne America fo nyina afra ne say hey madam afi ade a wo ye no ya ma no ayehye ade a wo ye no ya mani ada ho dodo na wo ye transfer no mo be monitor boni be ne wo mo a wo so mo ma edi ho ye no ne ade aba eye partners o mo ma yisi sika se wo yes sa o mo fa sika me hyemu bieu enam o mo ni mo hantwo o mo de ferry o ho na we kra kire say electoral commission no it is not being run properly because a day discussion the call so a master directive ne buy all of a sudden 2 days electoral commission o can say na 2 days wa betwe asan a just mo amugu onu kra mo nim ne mo ye ya grobi na mudi ya come on what you say
Abbas
2024 yi NDC ya ban sawe na de victory no anyankopon de ma ye no ye mo obi nyim free ensem o ya ma ne nkoye say Esau ni Jacob de ni bia no obi anim say it was Esau's birthright to be blessed by his father. Jacob fa ho koje ye no ye nhira no a afi we nyame de ma ye papa John Dramani Mahama no NDC ye bo ho ban na wa wo de be ya kwansidie bia wo de si a ye be twa
me that say Abbas Nurudin is a Ashanti Regional Communication Officer for the NDC. Magdalena Greenwich or say CJ ask the NDC man for me. Is Dr. Baumia their policy because they can't even make a sentence without mentioning without mentioning Dr. Baumia's name. And Tinedia or no so at the bar. I don't know. Now she sends another one. CJ Mahama on the 18th of August 2016 said the MPP's attack on the EC is a manifestation of its fears. So then they should allow the EC to do their work. So what has changed? And Mahama also criticizing the EC. Never trust the NDC. Or no so they are or they buy and no. Okay. CJ, see, even during the MPP presidential primaries, EC did the same mistake of giving wrong figures. Nana K Ajare Edia Odeba Facebook. I don't know. Okay, all right. I don't know. Now you are about to have the world at your fingertips. Telecel Abba. Yeah, Telecel Abba. Quick and reliable communication, stress-free money transaction via Telecel Cash, transforming your big business ideas into success stories with Telecel Business and more. Into network and Telecel. Connect with Telecel and enjoy a world of endless possibilities because with Telecel, there is no limit to connections. Telecel, connecting energies. Paul Griffith.
CJ, I'm very concerned though, right? So you say Ghana way and one year me mini baby ako CJ. So you say mini baby ako Ghana here na me wo. Asemsi here na mete. Busuafo nya wa hanom. Na near me concerned and say right. And I can say football match bia no there are two teams. Obia emisa no pay krama kan wasem. Football match bia there are two teams. Obia okobobo ni bia peso dinkunim. Both teams will winning. But at the end, it's only one that would win. You see, the aggressive nature of the NDC for this 2024 general election, I hate to say football team be a omo prom one kobo penalty and omo lucy. And almost a referee no ewiemu. So mo na mo ball no and mo na mo lucy. CJ, I have no doubt in my mind with the integrity of the electoral process this year. Now, I have also no doubt in my mind. Say Ghana for are more benefited from President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo free SHS, one district, one factory, one ambulance, one constituency, NHIS for kidney, and a number of interventions, roads, hospitals, infrastructure, airports. Railway in Yema Bijidipa say Ghana for would give again the new patriotic party Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Our year very focused in his campaign and pay our ICGC or whatever in Greater Accra and draw near so for Shia or Nat Hall. Osha in Yema Ekoswa. I think that the Ghanaian people must make a decision for their future. And I pray and hope say on decision no be making would be none other than Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now I have stated say NDC for Eka say they will win the election at all costs. And say omu lucy election na any the betrim and I say the crante the beshim and all those things. I think say any political party or Beka Sasano is wanting to take Ghana back to the days of the 79. Very, very backwards. Now, I don't want to see a future Ghana in Tokwa AC. I mean, by into Minko school. I mean to mean sorry in Kwejuma. I mean, Japade Kakra, my bomb or dia Juma pe, Esion will be baby, we are no beseno. I don't want to see a Ghana like that. Omo Marita, Omo Hujimu, don't want to see a Ghana like that. Ombeso Mutra Ghana, assume dear one. Into me, my only admonition to the NDC is that Omombo Modena Omonye focused on their campaign. Now Omonche Ghana for the alternative of what they can do. Because for us as a new patriotic party, you're very focused on our campaign. There is nothing that is distracting us. Now, I don't think that the EC can even help us in any way because we have not even engaged the Electoral Commission. And you have seen a narrative from the NDC from the back end said they are winning the elections at all costs. The election, no, yentu abano. CJ, me no yenkonko sa line yentu aba. And a returning officer, MB declare about to one say nipa we need kunim. Inti obia inya jobrel. Na yenye campaign. Yentrema voters registration in omun display list no. Omun from all political parties. Political party be anye audit. Uwa sembia fabra na isi nhwehwemu. Na fidi yen konkɔhwɛ ni Ghana for person odi online so. Na se koma me Boache Dankwa in MPP. Na Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia edi nkunima. Se meda isi fo ase na mada Ghana fo ase. Se koma edi sinso a na se omunipa no mpeso oba no bedi nkunima. Se yenso ye beda Ghana fo ase. But it's a fair game. Into the NDC, they shouldn't paint an ideology in the minds of people and a narrative say the New Patriotic Party is intending to rig the election. We are not interested in rigging the election. We are not interested. CJ, I say me election in January. Because you know about to people num primaries. Nipa baku pe ne din kunim. And the people have decided.
Ulusu is what to say.
Oh, but I'm okay. What you say? My boka, but me okay. So, inti se NDC for ko na se omoko to abano. Na se John Dramani Mahama Ghana for say uba 2016 ye hwe to uba 2020 ye hwe to honum. What's about 2024 ye see mpe obiem. Na someone to amana. I don't think it should result in fight. Bibia wo mra kwan so. Ti yemfa botre. Yemfa drimpa. I betumi aboa mo man netumi etu mpon. Send your mampeni na nado dan kwekufu ado ayesa o man no. Na yemboa nejuma pa, yemboa the New Patriotic Party. But any attempt from the NDC somebody disrupting the peace of this country, I think it will be resisted by the Ghanaian people, not just MPP. Because Ghana for MP that their violent nature. I would have thought that the new NDC and the rebranded NDC would move away from the days of revolution. Because you see, I know world wants revolution. Obia mpese obenya discomfort or chaos. Now in this sub-region of West Africa, we are guided and bounded by a lot of countries that civil unrest, including military juntas and terrorism. But abaya bonohomodin ye to make sure that the country is safe and is safe in good hands. Media Nyamesha Ghana for ne say Mwamudi 18, 450,000 people Afibia Mudi 18. Amokwakoye registration. Mwinim diakwe nim kakra. Midlife, 30s, 40s, 50s. More retirement. Monshe the New Patriotic Party. I think we are better managers of the Ghanaian economy. You do the so. We are very transparent and very open. Sasembi train wadrin so ufra ba impeni bia obetumi atrechero mu. Sene ebe ya ebe make sure say obia ebe nya ne chefa sene ebetumi amagana etumpon. Inti for me on the Electoral Commission, I would say we still have hope and trust in you. Inti more minimize the errors. Me that's my admonition. The Electoral Commission more minimize more errors no. Because the New Patriotic Party, we believe in the state agencies. Baby any one of my ebeko for anybody to administer the election is the Electoral Commission. And that's what we've had in this Fourth Republic. Inti minimize the errors. And make sure, say, the trust and hope that we have reposed in you, you continue to uphold that. Send a baby and purported ideas be into the minds of the Ghanaian people. But I'm confident that Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia would win the 2024 general election on fair grounds.
All right. That's it. Yeah.
Rebata said.
Now, what can we be?
I mean, he's a gentleman. I like him. I'm said. Me no TV, so I like his posture. But on say, Nsem no award can I can say, in 9 so I can say, NDC, yeah, take you violent posture. Now I say, you are not being fair with the issues. What you say? Because your Papa John Dramani Mahama, no your Mpensenpensenmu. And I tour by 1 way no. Assume Jay Quans or Jitu Mudani Akonyane de Ma, Nanado Danko Kufa de Mebois. CJ Mebois.
Yeah.
Inti your Papa John Dramani Mahama chess on war mining who do. I will no crano say, Abra Ghana police ni soja nyina Shannon Sano. Onko Yadia, a better to a minor sum Jess and Quamanoa. What I say, your mamma be brewa, Yatua Betty a man penny for almost sorry. Adani ni pekum Cote d'Ivoire yan hunubi. Ye to abama ye babu okasa one sorry. Ye kuni pa 5,000, but John Mahama didn't do that. So it tells you John Mahama is a peaceful man. But Sebia so Sebia nyado. oyam ya na no nkyerɛ sɛ fa wo yere kyɛ ate ase CJ wɔn wo bia yɛ so wɔyɛ na ɔde ne yere kyɛ sɛ wo pass mdwe nti na no nkyerɛ sɛ adeɛ a ɛwɔ wo no yɛnhwɛ ha ma obi nya dɛ yɛ mɛfa
okay
me yɛ kristoni me yɛ kramoni ba me kan bible pa kɔ bible mu a ɛwɔ ba bi a nyankopɔn kora ka sɛ emire bi duru a wɔ sɛ adeɛ ɛwɔ wo no de ani ɛden gye ɛno nti na me nua pilgrim sɛ ɔnkan bible me no sɛ ɔyɛ kristoni deɛ wɔse since the days of John the Baptist the kingdom of God
suffers violence
and violence taketh by force. Bible na ɛka sɛ
enti afei mo de force
no ɛnyɛ for force no a yɛka ho asɛm no kyɛ sɛ adeɛ ɛyɛ adeɛ yɛde ne yɛde bɛbɔ ho ban na
okay
especially when
ɛnyɛ mo de a
na ada 2016 a yɛ lose yɛ ne yɛka bibi Ghana fo yɛka bibi
enti 2024 Ghana fo anto amama mbɛte ase
ɛnyɛ possible sɛ Ghana fo nto ma yɛ ɛnyɛ possible me ba wa ho na especially so ne nti a yɛma yɛ ne abere gyina nsɛm bi a nanado ɔyɛ kandini ne nsɛnkae ne yɛ bi yɛto abama Dr. Baumia no so ɔno na ho ɔden aka nyinaa no ɔde bɛyɛ di obetimi bia tie ne o ɔde bɛyɛ di obetimi bia sɛ Dr. Baumia bɛyɛ mampanyini akra a wadi 8 years on ka sɛ wa ho ɔden aka wo de bɛyɛ economy ni yama Ghana fo ho atɔ mo won ka sɛ wo de bɛbra corruption o ka sɛ obey use every legitimate means kra nka nye problem so obɛyɛ di obetimi bia
na sɛ ɔka sɛ obɛyɛ di obetimi bia
na kyɛ sɛ papa ka ho bɔne ka ho. What you say? Papa kaho, bone kaho. This is a man. Now why na ye violent to Okroma China Nado Danko Kufuado? Na Nado ne declare all die be die. E wo krom ha. Say one knows when your president and near Ghana or mining shit. Emo kofa terrorists for South African mercenaries. You are talking about violence, Belgrave. You don't know your history. Na Nado na kofa terrorists by MPP for kwanya your fasu tutu Samia Uku. Was saying that to abani we obi an take position obi an kofa wo mafunu ye de yedai
me da say
we have the manusi Anthony Ka abai fa Kabo say na nado anwene a Ghana best Afghanistan and ye bia Afghanistan ye bo ampe. So if you are looking at violent people is the MPP the UP position and your antecedent NDC is a very peaceful party.
Thank you very much.
But there wo ye no ye mo bi an chinchin
me da say about no Eugene Palgrave, maybe you may do some.
I'm not interested in it.
You're not interested.
I'm not interested because you see,
right, because the other issues that I want us to deal with. Yeah,
young man.
Yeah.
Exercise patience.
Yeah, Palgrave.
Why? CJ, it's okay. I'm not interested. Let's go.
Okay. Adom 106.3 FM. Did you know that 259 stories are born every minute? Yes. 259 unique stories that matter, including yours. And every experience you have helps to shape your stories into exciting adventures. Your story can shape the world and it's powerful. Whether you are an individual, family, or business, no story is too big or too small. We are inspired by them all, and your story has just begun. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. Absa Bank. Palgrave, there are other issues that we have about 13 minutes to wrap up. Okay, so there's the issue of the free Wi-Fi. Government pays service provider 56 million for no internet in schools. And so in the National Cathedral, the Vice President is asking us to figure out how to complete the National Cathedral. And also and then the ambulance case, judge to decide on whether to halt prosecution. That's tomorrow on Thursday. Na SITAC for also indefinite strike over outstanding benefits, and also any of these issues you can touch on. Nothing. Palgrave.
CJ, I'll touch on the Wi-Fi. My name is what kind of statement
from the ministry? Yes.
What kind? I'm a tier for
and I pay many fourth estate for Akasa, many education watch for so.
So you haven't done the government part.
No, because I couldn't get anybody from the ministry.
That's fine. So let me just go through a summary, okay, of statement of the Ministry of Education.
Yes.
From it was signed by the spokesperson, okay, Friend Kwesi. And sorry, this is what he says. I'll just read a few. I'll see the background of the contract, okay, contract overview. I'll say the ministry secured PPA approval for 2 phases of the project. Phase 1, August 2019, to engage Busy Internet Limited for Wi-Fi provisions in 717 senior high schools at a cost of 59 million Ghana cedis. And this covered supply installation and maintenance of hardware devices with a recurring sum of dedicated internet not exceeding 2.6 million Ghana cedis. Phase 2 of the project expanded the scope to include all 16 educational directorates, 46 colleges of education, 260 district education offices of GES at a cost of 24.5 million Ghana cedis, plus a recurring monthly dedicated internet of an amount not exceeding 3.7 million Ghana cedis. The total sum amounted to about 84 million Ghana cedis, covering hardware installation, supply, maintenance, training, and testing across 1,013 institutions, including SHS, colleges of education, regional and district offices of education. In line with the review clause in the contract signed in 2019, an upward review of monthly recurring costs was approved by the PPA and capped to an amount not exceeding 11.5 million Ghana cedis in 2023 due to the prevailing inflation and foreign exchange rate. Despite the approval amount of the recurring expenditure, it is important to understand that the ministry only pays for the accessibility, dedicated internet, and not necessarily the total capped monthly amount. The Wi-Fi functionality depends on multiple components, including routers, cables, and access points.
I think this morning, before we've perused the release from the ministry.
You need to be fair on the conversation, CJ.
Fair how?
No, Tobomi Pacho. I'm not attacking you, so just take it easy.
Yeah, but you just made a statement. Yes, so I need to be fair to the conversation.
You only fourth estate Akasa. That's what you said. Only education
watch Akasa.
So government is giving a position. So allow me to state the government.
And I have read portions of government release during the discussion. I have tried contacting the ministry, the PRO, the minister himself.
The statement is here. I'm from government. Am I not? Let me finish the statement. And
time. I am running here. Okay, go ahead.
I'm just finishing the statement.
All right. Go ahead.
Then we can have a conversation.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Paragraph.
Wi-Fi connectivity. Wi-Fi functionality depends on multiple components, including routers, cables, and access points. Any malfunction in these components can affect the service. Similarly, Wi-Fi access is primarily limited to specific access within the schools, library blocks, administration blocks, and ICT and laboratories. Payment. Service compensation for the payment of any monthly cost is prorated as required by the terms of the contract. Specifically, the contract provides that the supplier shall be compensated on a pro rata basis. The effect is that any downtime up to and exceeding half of a particular month will not be paid for. This means that despite the approved amount of recurring expenditure, the ministry does not pay any PESWA if services does not reach the 50% less than half of the month threshold in a particular month. And there are monitoring mechanisms of committees that have been sent across, and then in terms of the contract. CJ, I've just cut it short because, yes, I can appreciate your time. And thank you for the opportunity because, you see, it's important, say, when you have the conversation with various stakeholders now, the government gives its position. And I think that the ministry is very clear on this issue. Me, I have a concern in Ghana, okay? My concern is that, yes, the media is a very powerful tool. It's the fourth realm of the estate. If a media firm like the Fourth Estate, every time Omoba is the negative side of government, when there are truth to the matter, it sticks to the matter very clearly that Abai has not mismanaged any public fund or even given out any Wi-Fi contract that is not to the credit of the Ghanaian people. Now we are talking about 2024. Now, President Nana Addo Kufuor Abai. Nanka people in high school will not have internet. And it's a competitive world. And for the research. It's needful. The best you could do is to commend government. So, of course, look at this number of schools. Look at this number of children that they have access to internet. In Kolankola Kromo, these basic schools have access to internet. So how much more when we are decided very clearly that we want to be competitive enough with the rest of the world? now Abai put this in place. And the ministry has given a response to it. It's really, I think, that the consistency from the fourth estate to always almost share the negative aspect of government should cease.
Well, they raised an issue, say, how does government give out this contract to Lifted Logistics Limited, formerly Busy Internet? And in fact, almost say, and then your time they are coming back with how even the contract was awarded to this company. When Busy Internet and Lifted Logistics, one more internet service provider. MTN, Vodafone, these are two major internet service providers. Yanka ibeti the contract na amomo. Decentralize it so that Obi entra Accra now providing internet to Obia or Boku. Now, so the monitoring systems, mechanisms, so we are monitoring. If the government had decentralized this internet thing, and Kebia, because so Udru was a Kropoa, I had no MTN strong waha, into the contract with MTN, but Oko Volta region, so I had no be a Vodafone and Abisa. These are the issues that they are raising.
Sija, I'll tell you something, right? The ISPs, which is the internet service providers, right? They don't work in isolation. And I don't know, so back Africa Online, many years ago, Internet Bar Ghana, Africa Online were one of the first producers.
Yes.
Many years as well, Internet Bar Ghana, we recall, Busy Internet, just on the Circle Road. In Kofoko, Eku Yusu. I remember that's where I met Kwekubako for the first time. That's where I met the one of the journalists. I remember his name very soon, but he was on the multimedia group. We need awards, baby. Oh, if you can remind me, his name has just gone off. You understand? That's why I met a lot of them. KSM Numnia, because that's where everybody near Kotra compete and they emails and Facebook and high five and all of those other things. So clearly, you see, internet has come of age. You always need a conduit now who can aggregate all these service providers. What you say? Busy Internet is a credible organization, but the government is stated very clearly, say. ABA, there's been challenges with internet connectivity are enriched to a percentage of about 50%. The government does not pay those amounts of money to the service providers. I think the best really that we can do is to look at this policy, see how it's impacting our children, our grandchildren, our nephews and nieces, and then see to it, say it's implemented very well. And that's what the government has done. And for me, I would entreat the fourth estate. Say, look, I can understand. You can be an investigative newspaper and bring out all of these other things. But have a balanced view of the issues. Because if Nanka Internet in Honoma, how would our children be competitive in an AI world?
But the internet is not even working.
No. It's not working in some schools. Not a cut across. Let's be careful. It's not a cut across. Now, in some schools.
Education Watch says that they did a survey. Out of 100 schools, 78 the schools,
but there are more than but there are more than 100 schools. I'm trying to say the schools say internet is more than 100. So why do you do a survey of 100? That doesn't give you a proper appreciation of the issue.
Really?
Of course, it does not give you a proper appreciation of the issue. Oh yes, survey. There are over 2,000 senior high schools, or even more. You understand? There are over 2,000 plus. Many colleges of education. Why do you do a survey of 100 and think that you are an authority of that? Why do you do a survey of 100 and think you're an authority of that? It's neither here nor there. I think that the government has truly addressed the issue of internet connectivity in high schools. And we must commend the government.
All right. Abbas. Sorry.
On say Adom FM platform is a source of public information. I can't say we have to be accurate. Ghana, you need more than 2,000 SHS. Ghana, SHS are away between 700 and 800.
But I mentioned 717.
No, we'll say there are more than 2,000. They all capture 12.
I was talking of the school, of the students.
More. Hey.
Oh no!
You're talking about secondary schools.
Okay, 717.
I read the state 100 schools.
Yes. And I said there are more.
2,000.
Okay,
you said it.
Yeah. So, I withdraw that.
Fantastic.
717. I read that already.
Ubia triman kwa yene kesene. Na wa unsa me si jade ba ko a eya reho sese eya oman ya sese na nado ne Dr. Baumia omo si eniska to omo de tuo bebre nom ne ade bebre na begu yeso ye ko IMF conditionalities bebre CJ. But no better be sorry bia na obeti akotua sika ma company bia one year adwuma biara nso ne amaniska wobɛhwem no na company no yɛte no 1 week pɛpɛpɛ ɛna aban ɛde saa contract no kɔma no wobɛsa akɔhwem na contract no koraa ne saa is so sourcing CJ sɛ ɔkae SML and they see a coach over 1.4 billion the amount more yɛnhu adwuma bia ɔmo ayɛ company no na nado bedi ade 7th January 14th February 1 month 1 week near tes our company no wanyɛ hwe na yakɔta bri sɛ sika kɛse no de akɔma no ɛno nkwada nansen ya yɛsɛ po alugu multi-purpose dam yakotua almost $12 million ama contractor no sɛ bi bomu kwan kora wo mo obi mfa nyɛ dɛ ɛnto hɔ nansen ya yɛsɛ motorway expansion yakotua sika bi di ama contractor no wabra wonya adwuma bia nanse yɛse ɛyɛ sky train aban so obey yakotua $2.5 million ama obi wabra wonya adwuma bia enne yɛse yɛde sika kɔma company bi so oyɛ free wifi wabra wonya ye. This is becoming too many ɛnyɛ saa na nanado ne Dr. Baumiane yɛ kan ye na mo yɛ saa de we nyina na ɔman no kwa ahohiahia mu a na the ordinary Ghanaian na wodi yi levy ebeto ne so. Now the ordinary Ghanaian now the COVID levy here they ever turn so. I think say the MPP government has taken Ghanaians for granted. Now the only way are all these funny contracts or saying you bet me with him. I say na do danko Kufuor ne Dr. Bawumia nyina abeko. Na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama abani aye hwehwemu na oman sika akodi baabi bia no yaje e de abebo oman ne ho bra ama Ghana fo anya abrabopa.